You're welcome to Danny Food Tech, and in today's video I'll be sharing with you a calculation on how to calculate a percentage ash in a given food sample. And this analysis, we carried out an ash content determination of a 2 food sample, which is white gari and whole wheat flour. Now in this practical, or in this analysis, what are needed in this analysis, like the apparatus that are needed in such an analysis. You need a muffled furnace, you need an analytical balance, you need a desiccator, you need a metal tongue, and you need a porcelain crucible, and you need a fume cupboard. And the principle behind this ash content determination is that the sample is ignited at 500 degrees centigrade to burn off all organic material using the muffled furnace. And so, for example, if you're given such an apparatus, if you're given such a sample that should determine the ash content of these 2 samples, what are you to do? The first thing is you dry the 2 cleaned crucible. Like in this case, we have only 2 samples, so that means you need 2 crucibles, and then you dry the cleaned crucible. That means you clean the crucible first and then dry it in the muffled furnace for 15 minutes. Then remove the crucible from the muffled furnace. Immediately transfer the crucible into the desiccator and cool for 15 minutes, another 15 minutes. Then immediately it was cooled, we weigh the 2 crucible. That is, if you can see it here, the weight of empty crucible. That is, for the white gari, the crucible is 35.735 grams, and for whole wheat flour, it is 22.780 grams. Now you record it, and then what is the next thing you now do? You add the sample into the crucibles. Now in this case, before you add the sample into the crucible, you have to measure and know the weight of the respective samples. Like in this case now, you have the weight of sample. Now for white gari, the weight was 1.005. You add it to the into the crucible, and then for whole wheat flour, you add 1.02 gram of whole wheat flour into the crucible. Now when you've done that, the next thing you do is you transfer the crucible into the fume cupboard. When you transfer it into the fume cupboard, now what you are trying to do is you are trying to suck out the toxic fume from the sample by burning off the carbon. So now you are trying to burn off the carbon in the samples. Remember, we are looking for the ash content. So you burn off the carbon in the samples. Then when you burnt off the carbon in the samples, now the last thing you now do is you wait until the smoke or the fume that is gelatinized, or that is coming out from the fume cupboard, has stopped. Immediately you observe that it has stopped, you immediately transfer them into the muffled furnace for ashing at the temperature of 550 centigrade for 1 hour. You have to time yourself. Then after the 1 hour, then that is, you are doing the proper ashing. You want to ash the sample that was decarbonized. So you ash it, and then for 1 hour you leave it in the muffled furnace for 550 degree temperature. Then immediately when it is 1 hour time, you remove it, put it in the desiccator and cool for another 15 minutes while using your metal tongue. You don't use your hand, you use your metal tongue. Then after which you weigh to know the weight of the crucible having the ash, and we record it. That is, this is weight of crucible plus the ash. So after the ashing, we had that it's now 35.740 gram and 22.880 gram. So now the next thing we are going to do is we are going to know the weight of the ash of white Gary and then the percentage ash of white Gary. The same thing applicable to what? Whole wheat flour. So now you say calculations. So now the first thing you are going to do is you are going to know the weight of ash for white Gary. So now what you do is to know the weight is the weight of crucible plus ash. Weight of crucible plus ash minus the weight of empty crucible. Now remember we had the weight of empty crucible and then the weight of empty crucible plus ash. So now that means for white Gary, the weight of empty crucible, the weight of empty crucible plus ash is what? 35.740 gram minus that of the weight of the empty crucible is what? 35.735 gram. So now the next thing we are going to do is we are going to subtract and know the weight of ash for white Gary. So we have 35.740 minus 35.735. And that will give us what? 0.005 gram. So now why are we calculating for the weight of ash? The reason why we are calculating is because to calculate for the percentage ash is percentage ash for white Gary is equal to the weight of ash all over the weight of sample times 100. So that is why we have to calculate for the weight of ash for white Gary. And so the weight of ash for white Gary is what? 0.005 gram all over. Now the weight of the sample was what? 1.005 gram times 100. So 0.005 divided by 1.005 is equal to what? is equal to 0.498%. So percentage ash is what? For white Gary is 0.498%. And so we do the same for whole wheat flour. For whole wheat flour, the first thing is the weight of ash for whole wheat flour, and that is the weight of crucible plus ash minus the weight of empty crucible. And this will give us what? We have that the weight of crucible plus ash is what? 22.800 minus 22.780, and that will give us what? 0.02 gram. And so percentage ash percentage ash is equal to, that is the weight of the ash, which is 0.02, all over the weight of sample, which is 1.02 gram, and which is equal to what? 1.96%. So we have that the weight of the flour, the weight of the ash is what? 0.02 gram, and the percentage is what? 1.96%. So as simple as it is, and the way we simplify calculations in Danny Food Tech. So you can please subscribe to our YouTube channel for more and interesting and simplified way of calculating ash contents, or the proximate analysis of food sample, proximate analysis of samples or food samples. So you can consider subscribing. Click on the notification bell and click on the red subscription button when you have subscribed. As that, you have subscribed. And please comment us if possible about our videos. You can also share with your friends in food science and technology, and also you can tell us what you observe in the video. So in our next video, which is the business section, we'll bring to you a business idea very lucrative for students in the higher institution. And to continue in the proximate analysis section, we will bring to you fast content determination in a food sample. For the while, bye, and thank you for being with us through our videos. Thank you.